Hello friends, I am Chevee. Welcome to the shed. How is your day today? I hope it's going well. Please tell me in the comments down below. It's Wednesday here and I have game night tonight, so I need to get something ready, and I got home late today because I was doing some updates on my PC at work, and so I got to get ready for game night, and I thought I'll just get ready while I talk to you, and hopefully you don't mind the distraction of me opening a product that you can't get your hands on yet while I talk about today's subject. This is, by the way, Imperial Settlers is probably my #1 game right now, and that's the reason why I work for Portal Games, who is the publisher. This is the newest expansion, the Aztecs expansion, and I got it last week on the show. I'll link that, and I haven't even opened it. I haven't had time. I've been busy. So anyway, today's topic is the perfection problem. And the perfection problem is something that I feel like it plagues a lot of people, but it definitely plagues me. The problem with perfection is that it is a hindrance. It is something that, for me, gets in the way of me accomplishing my goals or accomplishing my creative endeavors, because I'm constantly worried about perfection. It's also one of the reasons why this show is so imperfect, why I spend no time editing, why I decided to do the show as a live recording, essentially. Like, I turn the camera on, I talk to you, and that's it. I don't cut out. If I say something stupid, I say something stupid. That's fine. And the reason that I don't watch the show is because I know I say a lot of really stupid things, or I get on these tangents where I talk about whatever, and you guys just accept it, and a lot of times you tell me that you like it. I personally don't, but that's fine. Whatever. It's no big deal. So here we have the faction deck. So the Aztecs color is orange now. Hopefully you can see that. Some really cool artwork I would love to show you, but we're not zoomed in, so we'll do that. I'll do that on like a different episode or whatever. But anyway, so I do the show the way I do the show to keep myself from not doing the show. And what I mean by that is, if I was worried about perfection constantly, which, don't get me wrong, I don't like publishing things that aren't good. So it pains me to do it, but I've committed to doing this thing 5 days a week, and I do it, and therefore some episodes are terrible, and there have been many days that I just simply have not had anything to talk about, so I've had to turn the camera on and just force myself to say something. Yesterday was one of those days. I really didn't have much to talk about, so I found something that I could talk about. I couldn't fill 10 minutes, and I wasn't going to just sit here and blabber, so I just cut it short and called it quits. And the reason that I don't edit is because if I did, I would have never released yesterday's episode. I would have never released probably dozens of episodes, and I would have got so discouraged by the lack of what I consider perfection in those videos, I simply would have never published them. And that is a problem that I have dealt with for most of my life. And it's also probably, no, it definitely is a key component of my depression, or I don't want to call it a component, but it is a driving factor in my depression, that the pursuit of perfection, or the idea that if I make something it needs to be flawless, gets in the way of me even starting, because I know that I am incapable of making something perfectly. I don't want to make it in the first place because I don't want to make something that's inherently flawed. And I hope it's not just me. I don't hope that you go through the same problem. It's a crappy problem to have, and I don't wish it on anybody. But I hope that I'm not the only one who suffers from this problem, because it really kind of stinks. I just realized the combat cards, the solo cards, are orange also, but they are a different orange, so that's cool. So it is a problem that I deal with. I hope that you don't, but think that you do. And I'm sorry. I wish that there was something that we could do to just make all of that go away. But unfortunately, I don't think there is. And if it is something that you want to overcome, I think you just have to go for it. Like, you have to just overcome it. There's really no way around it. There's really no way to put aside your fear of imperfection other than to just do it. Like, just make whatever the heck it is that's scaring you, that's keeping you from doing it, and just get it done. I hope that makes sense, you know, and I hope that it helps some people who have left comments about the quality of my videos in the past, helps them understand why I don't edit, why I don't try to clean up these episodes and make them higher quality. Also, in case you were wondering about this, we do include Atlantean cards, so if you have the other expansion, then anyway. I hope it helps you understand why I put the show together the way that I have. And that's simply because, like I said, if I tried to make it my way, if I worried myself about making it perfectly, it would just simply never get done. It would fall to the wayside, doomed to never be put together because I would be so uptight about the way that it comes together. And it sucks. It sucks to have that sort of holding you back from achieving whatever it is you want to achieve. Yeah. So, what do you think about that? Do you suffer from the problem of perfection, or the need for perfection? I know a lot of people talk about they are OCD or whatever, and they don't actually have a clue what they're talking about, because that's not what OCD is, but that's fine. You know, maybe we are changing the definition of that. I know there are quite a few people who discuss the idea that they can't do something unless it's perfect, but they don't necessarily mean that everything in their life has to be perfect. They just mean that, you know, that one specific thing, they can't do it without perfection. And I feel that. I feel very strongly that I need to do things to the best of my ability. And I feel like I do that here. I feel like I try really hard every day to give you quality content, to give you something that's worth watching. I don't want you to sit here and be, you know, like, why the hell is this guy continue talking? If that's the case, you know, I apologize. But my intent is not to make you feel that way. My intent is to hopefully give you something worth watching. So let me know in the comments below. Do you suffer from the problem? Do you understand the problem? Do you have any insight in how somebody can overcome the problem? I would love to hear what you have to say. I love hearing from you every single day. Please continue. And I will talk to you tomorrow.
Hey, Doc, wait! I want to ask you something.
Today's random fact comes from tasteofhome.com. What kind of fish is an imitation crab meat? I've actually kind of wondered that. Imitation crab, or surimi, it's a Japanese name, means minced fish. The mincing process was developed in Japan almost 1,000 years ago. Imitation crab is made from mildly flavored white-fleshed fish, usually pollock or whiting. The fish is deboned, minced, and formed into a paste. Like, I always assume that there's just... You see pictures of, like, millions of crabs on the beach. Is crab that difficult to get a hold of that you have to make fake crab?